Being able to kite your wing uphill saves you from bunching up the wing and carrying it.
Practice floating the glider up the slope like this. What I'm doing is I'm keeping the A's. I'm always putting the A's. I'm using a little bit of brake to just control the direction. Keep it fairly low if you want to go up the slope, and keep it off the ground.
It also trains you in the fine control you need to avoid spins and stalls. When you get good at this, you can move into a position to relaunch even in very light conditions.
It's a bit more work to do that just on the brake. If you've got a steady breeze and it's coming directly up the slope, then it's easier to float the glider up the slope using the A's and C's. So you go there, you go there, then you can get it just off the ground, and now you can float it and then pull you. And don't go too fast, just slowly follow the glider, keep it off the ground. You've got a little bit of steering here that I can move my hands to delay the side that's jumping up. With that I can pull away from it with that side, or I can pull away this side. So you're using the C's at the back, one side or the other side, to hold the glider back. So the A's to keep it flying just off the ground. But don't let it rise more than about 45, keep it low, and that will give you control and give you the ability to walk up the slope to wherever you want to go. And then when you bring it up, don't try and control it right at the top, turn through.
I often see pilots in this position when practicing ground handling, but after a few minutes it teaches you very little. Rather work on moving with the wing so you can develop control.
Yeah, I'm controlling the position of the glider now just by how much I'm moving towards it. This is just providing some resistance so the thing keeps flying, but not so much that it'll fly overhead. That's that you can play with developing that feeling, keeping the glider open, and just keeping it floating.
This exercise trains your use of your body weight and regulating the resistance that you provide to the wing.
If you're lucky, you've got the kind of glider that you can just do a no-hands launch. So just energizing it like that, let it come up, catch it on the brakes. Not all gliders do that, but most of them do nowadays with the good reinforcing in the nose,
which determines how fast it rises and falls.
Use that for the re-energizing pulse. This is quite useful when you're trying to go back up a slope. You drop the glider down. As it touches down, I take a step towards it and a step back. And that allows it to come back into the air from that position of being on the ground, bounce down, to lean back into controls. You don't have to mess around with the risers, waste time trying to find lines. You're just letting the glider go down and leaning away from it again, and up she comes.
Using the A's and C's works well when you have at least 10 kilometers an hour of wind, and when the wind is directly up the slope. But it has its limitations.
There you can see I'm switching from A's and C's to the brakes because I needed more turn out of the glider to keep control.
Keep practicing this until you can grab your A's and C's before the wing touches the ground, so you can transition directly into kiting mode. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more like this. Now be sure to save this playlist so you can get through the full series in the ground school. I'll see you in the next one.